Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation outlining the Jackson Fire and Rescue Station Upgrade Project. What follows is a brief history and current snapshot of our Jackson Fire Department, designed to inform you of the pressing needs, the range of ideas to meet them, and the projected cost. It is no secret that our present facilities are antiquated and that it's time to take a hard look at what will be required of us to meet the needs of today's first responder services. First, here's a quick history of our village fire station down through the years. The original fire station and highway garage was a flat-roofed 3-bay building erected in 1947. The shaded area indicates where we began. Another 2-bay addition was attached to the back of the building in 1969. These 2 bays served highway department needs until the new highway department facility was built in 2010. Here is the station in the 1970s, along with the emergency vehicles in use at that time. The second story was constructed over the original 3-bay structure in 1983. Adding extra height to the doors and bays to accommodate the arrival of larger fire trucks. In the past, additions were typically done by Jackson folks in an economical fashion common to Jackson over the years. A 4th bay was added in 2007, which included offices and a meeting room located on the 2nd floor.
As you better understand how our fire station has evolved, you'll get a sense of why our fire and rescue station is in need of significant structural upgrades and repairs. Fire stations today must stay current with the ever-changing equipment and technology which enhances emergency response times, improves firefighter safety, optimizes real-time resource allocation, and fosters effective communication. Utilizing state-of-the-art tools and systems allows for better coordination, data-driven decision-making, and overall efficiency in firefighting, as well as community first responder efforts. These changes to both equipment and technology have long required an updated station to house everything that is necessary to support and keep our village and our first responders safe. Necessary upgrades include providing adequate space to work on newer, larger equipment, hampering our ability to perform regular indoor maintenance and repairs. The larger bays and doors of the 1983 construction no longer accommodate the equipment of today. Air for self-contained breathing apparatus also requires additional equipment and facilities. These current images show the inadequate facilities for the storage and protection of our equipment. We also need a separate room to house first responder gear, keeping it clean and ready for use. Unlike this image, it must be within safe and easy reach for when our first responders are toned out. It has become obvious to most of us that the age and usability of our current station is at the end of its useful service life. In fact, current national standards for fire and rescue stations confirm this reality. Without a significant upgrade on the current site or new construction, our ability to provide the first responder services expected of us are limited. Further, the maintenance and operation of an outdated building often pulls our limited fire and rescue staff away from their core first responder mission. The facility also limits our ability to attract new volunteers. Currently, the Jackson Fire and Rescue volunteer list is well below industry standard staffing levels, and the current state of our station is seen as a recruitment barrier. The rest of this presentation shares 2 options to improve Jackson's fire and rescue services.
In 2020, the Jackson Fire Station Upgrade Committee contracted with architects to provide the town with a new building design that would meet the needs of our town now and long into the future. This design and floor plan was submitted to the Select Board in 2021. They, in turn, reached out to a construction firm experienced in fire station projects to update construction costs for the project. This floor plan will serve all the needs of our fire and rescue services. All on one story, it includes a separate gear room, an accessible indoor training area, a dedicated decontamination room, a separate room to store compression equipment, and separate washroom facilities for male and female first responders. In 2022, almost one-third of our active first responders were female. It is worth noting that all new fire and rescue station projects are designed with a 50-year lifespan in mind. Here are two immediate options: build anew or renovate what we have. There are pros and cons to both. Designing an improved facility that will last 50-plus years is a daunting task. Today's fire and rescue services must reflect all the necessary upgrades as efficiently and effectively as possible. A less desirable option, which is to tear down and construct a new station on our current site, was seen as cost prohibitive, as it would add an additional $550,000 to $650,000 in site work due to Highway Department service road and septic system relocations, as well as demolition costs to remove the building. It would also add somewhere in the area of an extra 6 to 12 months to the project timeline. There is also the wild card of how and where to temporarily relocate the station and equipment. When the town voted to purchase the Gray's Inn property in 1988, it was with the goal in mind of creating a cohesive town campus. Using this site is the less costly option and thus a better long-term value. Grants and specialty low-interest rate loans are being pursued. However, property-rich municipalities such as Jackson are typically not eligible for these types of need-based funding opportunities. Therefore, we need to go it on our own. If either project is funded entirely with 20-year bonds, the range of rates, the highest being in year 1, the lowest being in year 20, would have a home property valued at $450,000, initially paying an extra $360 per year for the new construction project, or an extra $207 per year for the renovation project. Each year thereafter, the payment is lower. As with any construction project, the longer we wait, the more it will cost. Looking ahead, it is clear that we need to do something now, and that the choice is to renovate or to build anew. As a town service, much like administration, police, school, road crew, meeting and cultural spaces, and waste management, fire and emergency protection is seen as one of those services that is embraced by taxpayers for the benefit of all. The choice before us is which way to proceed. Our job of informing you with the facts and inspiring you with the needs is meant to give you the tools that you in turn need to decide for yourself what is best for our town and for the long term. Our first responders put their lives on the line every day. They have our backs, and it's our responsibility to have theirs. Ensuring the fire station is modern and safe will enhance the well-being of everyone in the Jackson community, now and in the years to come. Thank you.